Greetings, my YouTubians, Odesians, Slayins, Saiyans, Cobra Kais, and my pumpkins that are smashing. And also my machines who are godding, or no, my gods who be machining. I think I like that better. You guys gotta let me know. I am Asherella. This is original Asherella, and those that are watching this probably know that Billy Corgan and his Machines of God are getting ready to start in just a little over a month their tour. I am so excited about it. And for those that are watching that might not know, Billy Corgan and the Machines of God is basically Billy Corgan's own Smashing Pumpkins cover band. Billy was like, I really don't want to stop touring, but I gotta give the band a break. But the people want the pumpkins. How can I satisfy everybody? So he took Kiki, he got a couple other musicians, and he's like, we're gonna be Billy Corgan and the Machines of God. Basically a Smashing Pumpkins cover band. I say that jokingly, but it's kind of what it is, and I am here for it. I'm not mad about it. I love that Billy is doing this. I love the idea of it, and as we know, the Billy Corgan and the Machines of God are really leaning heavily into all the Machina lore and the Zero and Glass and Shiny and Ghost Children stuff. So I am so freaking excited about all of this. And we know that the Machines of God will be playing tracks from the Smashing Pumpkins album, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, yay. The Smashing Pumpkins albums, Machina and Machina 2, yay, yay, and the most recent Smashing Pumpkins album, Aghori Mhori Mei. Yay, yay, yay. And I am so excited because, like, Melancholy, Machinas, and Aghori Mhori Mei, oh my god, these shows are going to be amazing. They're going to be incredible. Yes, it's not the full band, it's not the full Pumpkins, but it's Billy and it's Kiki, and it's a version thereof, and I love this idea. I think they're going to put on an amazing show. And also, right now on Instagram, they are releasing the set list for the Machines of God tour, 2 songs at a time, twice a week. And not only are they doing that, releasing the songs that way, they're also running a contest where each time they post the 2 songs for the week, you can guess what the next 2 songs on the set list will be. And if you get either of the songs right, your name gets entered into a drawing. And if they pull your name from this drawing, then you get to be on Billy Corgan's guest list for the Machines of God show of your choice, like a whole VIP thing. And oh my god, I'm going to Joliet. I am so excited. But if by the grace of God, win this contest, I'm going to go to Baltimore. I'm going to go to the opening night show. I am so excited about these shows. And if I could go to Baltimore and go to another one and be on Billy's list, oh my goodness. But my 2 choices for what my guesses for what's going to be on the Machines of God set list is Bodies and Heavy Metal Machine. Now, we know Bodies is an angsty ass banger from Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, and one of the reasons I think this will be on the Machines of God set list is because everybody loves it. Everybody loves Bodies. It is a hardcore fan favorite, but it's also not a Smashing Pumpkin song that has been on a lot of touring set lists. Not in the 90s, not in the 2000s, not over the past few years. I think the only tour that it was on the full set list was the 20th anniversary 2008 tour. If I am wrong, somebody let me know in the comments, but I think that is the only tour in which they played Bodies. And Bodies is amazing. It's one of my favorites. This lineup of musicians they have would be amazing. I want to hear it live so bad again. And I think that is a really good and almost safe choice for the set list. And then also Heavy Metal Machine from Machina, the Machines of God. It is, one of the songs you think about when you think about Machina. They've already used Heavy Metal Machine a little bit in the promotional things of Billy Corgan and the Machines of God. So those are my 2 choices. And obviously you can guess the same songs over and over until they release the whole set list. So far, the songs that we know that they're going to be playing are Sicarus and Here's to the Atom Bomb. And I think those are so exciting, and I cannot wait to find out more of what the Machines of God set list is going to be. I know some people don't want to know what to expect or what the set list is going to be. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always end up seeing it before the shows anyway, so I might as well indulge myself in knowing, and I am really excited. I know it's going to be Aghori heavy, which is great, because the Pumpkins, the actual Smashing Pumpkins, after the Machines of God tour is over, are going to do their European Aghori Mhori Mei tour, which it's like, why can't we get a US Aghori Mei tour? But another rant, another day. So in honor of this first release of songs that we know are going to be on the Machines of God set list, we're going to be listening to Sicarus from Aghori Mhori Mei. Or, like, do you guys say Sicarus or Sicarius? I know that, like, Sicarius is typically how you see it spelled and like phonetically, but there's no I in the Pumpkins version of Sicarus. Have we heard Billy say it? Do we know how he pronounces it? We know that Billy likes to take liberties with spelling, so I don't know. How are you guys pronouncing it? Let me know, like, phonetically down in the comments. But that's what we're going to be listening to today. So stinking excited about this. And we're going to get into that in just one second. But before we do, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Odyssey, follow the channel. You can gently caress the notification bell on either platform so you know every time I upload a video. You may leave me a like. You may leave me a comment. You may buy me a coffee. You can do that one time or monthly or whatever suits you. If you like what I've got going on here, you may also buy something from one of my online thrift shops, such as Depop or Macari. All those links are down in the description, and all that money there goes into further fueling my Smashing Pumpkins love and addiction, and goes into my Pumpkins and YouTube content creating about the Pumpkins budget. So it all goes to really, really good use, I promise. But also make sure you go to your social things, find me on my social things, especially the Insta thing. That is definitely where I'm the most active. Alright guys, so Sicarus, however you want to pronounce it, this song is most certainly a metal banger. Like all of my hardcore metal peeps, if you haven't heard this song, you definitely want to stick around because it rocks socks. It is awesome. I love it. It is one of those great things where you see how far the Pumpkins have come, just as musicians and that kind of thing. But before we start the song, let's talk about the name really quickly. Now, Sicarus is what I am assuming Billy is going, just because of the lyrics of the song, how Billy does and writes things. Like, I have had, 30 years of dissecting how he writes and how he alters words and changes words, and if they have the root of what they're supposed to, or if they're supposed to have most of the root of the root word, you know what I'm saying? So basically, okay, Sicarus is basically like an assassin, right? So a lot of the just general album, Aghori Mhori Mei, sort of really kind of reflects on the phases of life and cycles of life, and approaching those and embracing those with enthusiasm and wholeheartedly. And even like the death and like later cycles of life and things like that, how we're not supposed to be scared, we're supposed to embrace these, or at least that's kind of what I get from parts of the album in general. And so Sicarus, especially based on what what we get into in the lyrics, that's kind of appropriate. But also, Sicarus is a type of really venomous spider, and we do know that she counted the spiders as they crawled up inside her at one point in time, back in 2000, right? Okay. So, and then Billy in 2008 era did go through this phase where he wore a shirt with a spider on it rather than zero or any variation thereof zero in the cloaks and things that he does now. He had this long sleeve black t-shirt with a silver spider. So that's interesting. And then also, Sicarus, the spider, is a type of spider that it's a recluse, right? If you guys know what brown recluses are, it's that type. It does the same thing as a brown recluse, where it basically rot your skin away. It causes necrosis and the breakdown of skin tissue. And so that's kind of interesting too. Like, knowing how Billy thinks about things, I think that could be a bit of a play into the name of this song and this song also in general. Am I reaching too much with this? You guys let me know what you think. Let's start this metal banger. Let's get into it. Okay, first stanza, Billy comes out with the vocals with that William Patrick Corgan voice and vocal style that is not like anybody else ever, or a thing that nobody else ever does. The like, in flames, it's just like, you can hear the longing, the distress, the intensity, the, everything that the instrumental builds up to. This first line, it's just carried out further with Billy's vocals. It's so good. Midnight blue in the daylight, sunshine on your side, by any place we found. Kylie, let's touch beyond with us and love. Kylie, let's touch beyond with us and love. Okay, so we know that Billy has never ever strayed from using like religious references in his music. Sometimes it's Christian Catholic stuff, and a lot of stuff with Aghori are more like Middle Eastern religions and things like that. I mean, look at the name, look at the artwork. But that, a chorus of the lyrics is Callie, let's touch. And I think the lyrics there are be honest with us. I've heard some translations where it says beyonds with us, but I think it's be honest with us. But anyway, Kali, as we know, is the Hindu, goddess of death. And that makes a lot of sense. Sicarus being like an assassin and representative of death. And then we have, Sicarus being this super venomous spider that leads to death, or deterioration that can lead to death. And then we're talking about Kali, the Hindu goddess of death. I personally interpret the song as, really regarding kind of the cycles of life, like I said about the album in general, but specifically your last stage of life, the last stage of, existence in this kind of plane, and how, as I mentioned earlier, not to necessarily shy away from it, or not, I don't want to say run into death or embrace death with open arms, but just, live every phase, even into your last phase, with enthusiasm and love and, fullness. Does that make sense? Yeah, that little bit of time signature change where the drum just changes up and it speeds up ever so slightly is really cool. It sounds so... It almost makes you feel a little unsettled for a second, and I think that's the point. But it just adds so much to kind of the intensity of the song, because you have this beating, going, awesome rhythm. drum section that is metal AF, and then you've got these really kind of metal guitars, and then you get this time signature change, makes you feel a little shaken up, and then it goes back into the regular melody. It's so cool.
Before you made my peace, there you midnight blue in the daylight, sunshine on your side. By any means we fall.
That part that leads into the chorus, midnight blue in the daylight, sunshine orange near fireside, by any means we fall. That's actually one of the sections of the lyrics that kind of make me think that the song, while it is sort of about like embracing death, it's not like a dark song in that kind of way, or it's not like a hopeless song. Maybe my interpretation is wrong, but we just get these like vivid imagery, like, you know, midnight blue by in the daylight, sunshine orange near fireside. It's just these vivid, like, welcoming images, but by any means we fall. So like, by any means, no matter what, we fall. So live it up in the moment.
Let's touch beyond with us alone. At last, Kali of dawn, sun on Sri Ram alone. At love slaving, love slaving.
Love will slay thee indeed, but we want to be slayed by love.
Love slaving, can't take me home. Black holes and how raise my intention alone. Who reads for those who can't put less down? Yeah, no, and no. In flames, white flames, stockings. In flames, death from the decadence.
Death from the decadence. That's so amazing. I want to be deaf from the decadence, I think. You know, if some people were interpreting this from a really like kind of Christian vantage point, you could maybe interpret like the in flames part as like, you know, we know it's about death, we know it's about embracing death, we know all that, but if you took the Kali stuff out of it, and we know that Billy likes to mix up his religions, so maybe in flames could be maybe a reference to hell. I don't think so really in this, because I don't think the song is one of, okay, for example, lines like death from the decadence or by the decadence, what is it? It's from the decadence. I don't think that that's necessarily something that is framed up to be like shameful in this song. You know, it's not something that we're not like gluttonous. We're not like sinning from, you know, this embracement of life because we will eventually die, you know. But just saying, you know, that is one interpretation you could take from those lyrics.
Midnight blue in the tank, light, sunshine,
God, I love those guitars so much. They sound like so layered, and there's a I don't know how to describe the sound that you get from like the layers of them, where it's like coming in and coming across. There's like some harmonics about it that really stir up this tingle in me, like literally almost like an ASMR type thing that happens with the guitars when we go into the midnight blue and the daylight section. Do you guys get that?
by any means we found.
Metal fucking banger. So good. All right, that was Sicarus, whatever the hell you want to call it. It is a motherfucking banger. It's so good. I love it so much. What do you guys think of this song? What's your favorite song from Aghori Mhori Mei? I still think my favorite song from the whole album is Eden. It's just yummy. Like, this one is so great too. They're all so great. They're so great. But this one's certainly very heavy in a lot of ways. What do you think of my interpretation of the song? Do you think I'm like way off base? Where do you agree? Where do you disagree with me on my thoughts and feels on this? Do you guys get that ASMR-y kind of feeling from those guitars that go into that one section? Maybe I'm just having a brain thing. I don't know. Let me know all your thoughts and feels on this song and everything else. Are you going to see Billy Corgan, The Machines of God? And are you going to be blessed enough to get to see Billy Corgan and The Machines of God play this song on the Machines of God tour? Let me know all that down in the comments. What are your guesses for what's going to be the rest of the Billy Corgan and Machines of God set list? I'm so excited to see the whole thing. I'm so excited about this. You guys keep your fingers crossed and your vibes out and your prayers up if you do that, for me to hopefully maybe get a chance to win this contest so I can like go to Baltimore too. Oh my goodness, please. I'm being really selfish right now, I know, but that would be amazing. That would be amazing. But okay, yeah, that is it. I'm gonna stop rambling. One last thing. Do you like machines who be goddin' or gods who be machining better? I definitely think I like gods who be machining. I am Asherella. This is Original Asherella. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Odyssey, follow the channel. You can gently press the notification bell on either platform, so you know every time I upload a video. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, buy me a coffee, go to one of my online thrift shops. Links are all down in the description. Make sure you go to your social things. I have a bunch of social things. I've got TikTok that I'm reusing now. I've had TikTok for a long time, but I'm reusing it again. I have X that I don't go on too much. I have Threads that I go on some, and I have Instagram that I go on a lot. So make sure you follow me on those social things, especially the Insta thing. Make sure you always tap in, never tap out, and don't forget to keep on smashing like a pumpkin, or machining like a god. I don't know. Smashing like a pumpkin.